Hello, everybody. So today we're talking about the case of Jermaine Lee and Montel Glenn. This is not a mini cases video. These two people are intertwined, and their case is intertwined, and it's a very heartbreaking story. All the links that I have used for research on this video will be down below, like always, and I just want to go ahead and jump into it and make this a very short intro. So, this is a heartbreaking story about two best friends who were seemingly killed for no reason at all. As far as I could find, there hasn't been any updates in this case since it occurred in 2017, so we don't have that much information on these two, the case, or anything like that. I could hardly find any news articles on them, like who they were and what they liked, but like I said earlier, all the articles for the research are down below in case you'd like to dig into it and, read more information for yourself. So, at the time of their murder, Jermaine was 23 and Montel was 21. Jermaine was a football player for Huffman High School, and he graduated in 2012. He was a father of two little boys when this occurred. They were 4 and 1 at the time. Montel was a basketball player at Woodlawn High School, and he graduated in 2013. He became a first-time father only 6 months prior to his murder. And a quote from Kira Glenn, the sister of Montel. She says, "He didn't deserve what he had to go through. We don't know what he went through. Was he alive when the fire started? We just don't know. But he didn't deserve this. They didn't deserve this." End quote. And a quote from, I believe it's Kylie Brown, Jermaine's girlfriend. It could be Kylie, but I'm pretty sure it's Kylie. So a quote from Kylie. She says, "He was a friendly person with a great heart. I really just don't understand how anybody could do this. How do you tell a 4-year-old he's never going to see his father again?" End quote. Jermaine and Montel were very close, almost like brothers, and in March 2017, in Ensley, Alabama, their badly burned bodies would be found. Police and firefighters were dispatched at 10:50 p.m. on a report of a possible garage fire. At the scene, there was a Nissan Altima in the alley that was fully engulfed in flames. The fire was extinguished, and that's when they found them. One of the men was in the back seat and the other was in the trunk, and they had both been shot. Neighbors told police that they had heard a loud explosion, but they hadn't been sure if it came from the car or the gunshot. Kira said she spoke with Montel at 7:53 p.m. and she and another sister were going to go visit him at his apartment, and says that he was waiting for them to come. And a quote from her, she says, "He was waiting for us to come. He said, 'I love y'all,' and as far as we know, he was home waiting on us. The last time anyone talked to him that we know of was 8:03 p.m. End quote. The sister would call Montel back, but he didn't answer. They didn't worry at first, but after a while they did, because it wasn't like him. They began to look for him, and his roommate said that he had left with Jermaine. Saturday morning, the news broke of the bodies, and they said that they just knew that it was them, mostly because the Ultima had been rented by Kylie, Jermaine's girlfriend. Kylie said her night was a lot like Kira's. She said that she last spoke with Jermaine at 7:50 p.m., and he said he was with friends, and she told him to call her later. When he didn't text or call, she tried to call him several times with no success. By 10 p.m., she went looking for him, and his friends said that they hadn't been able to reach Jermaine or Montel. When they saw an article on the bodies Saturday morning, Kylie and Montel's girlfriend, the two of them went to authorities and told them they hadn't come home last night. Their bodies had been so badly burnt that they were identified with dental records. Jermaine and Montel were the 29th and 30th homicide victims of 2017. Many stories started floating around about what happened, but nobody knows for sure, and the family don't know what to believe. The police have told the families that they have leads, but that's all I know for the investigation. I don't know anything about what they've done to find these people, who they've talked to, what they asked, or anything like that. So that's all we know, is that they have some leads, but we know nothing else. And another quote from Kylie. She says, "It really is a shock. He had so much love for everybody. This is just pure hatred. He was a good father, always there for everybody. He didn't hate anybody." End quote. She says the 1-year-old child that they have together likely won't remember his dad, and the 4-year-old does ask about him. She says the family really wants justice, especially for the kids. I can't imagine one being the kids and just being so confused, like, where did dad go? Like, he left one night and now we won't be seeing him anymore. Like, what does this mean? They don't understand what death is, and they definitely can't comprehend what murder is. And just to be the mom, to be Kylie, and having to explain to them one day when they're old enough, like, this happened to your father. I can't imagine the toll that would take on somebody. Like, that is just heartbreaking. Montel's son, Caden, was born the September before this happened, and he absolutely loved the little baby so much. He was with his son every day, just doting on him. Like, he just loved his life. He loved his son, and now that son is also going to have to grow up without his father. Like, all these children have just lost their father in one lost their fathers in one fell swoop, and that is just really heartbreaking to think about. To end this off, I have a quote from Kira, who says, "I can't carry hate in my heart, but I hope they get life in prison without parole, because that's what they deserve. I would never ask for the death penalty because I want them to sit in jail and suffer the way my brother suffered. The way they told us it happened. The way they told us it happened, it had to be planned out." End quote. And that is just so heartbreaking. We don't know how it happened, so obviously the family has more details than we do, which good, they should have more details. But it sounds like the men really suffered, and I can't imagine just knowing what would happen to them and this person still being out there. It is just so heartbreaking. But anybody who has any information that could lead to an arrest of any suspect, you are urged to contact the Birmingham Police Department homicide unit at 205-254-1764. Again, that's 205-254-1764. Unfortunately, that is all I have for you guys, but if there's ever an update, of course, I will update you guys in the future. I can't believe that these children have to grow up without their fathers. These two best friends were just taken from a world and a family that loved them, and I just hope that they sincerely get justice. My thoughts are with the family, and like I said, if there's ever any updates, I will update you guys. But thank you for listening to Jermaine and Montel stories, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.